right, welcome in everybody. December 14th. We're here. We're not too far away from Christmas, but here, Paul and Franklin are back for another edition of Cash and Tickets. We're recording this on December 14th. You'll hear it on the 15th, though. Hopefully, we don't screw anything up. I had a little snafu with the computer. I had to completely rebuild it, and I forgot to. I exported the profile, but I did not export all our scenes. So everything I had built was gone. I had to rebuild it. The microphone wasn't working. But now we feel like we're back, so I hope everything's good.
I don't know.
So we're gonna get it figured out. But holidays are upon us. We got a lot of things going on, but you know what else is going on now, Paul? Starting Friday.
Starting Friday is, I don't know what is going on.
The bowl games.
Oh,
We
yeah.
get back into some college football, baby.
Yeah, I was in the middle of doing something. That's on me. I'm sorry.
I need to get back to a little bit of college because as good as I was doing in the NFL this past week, it stuck a big one right in me. I mean, just I couldn't even walk straight. It wasn't very good.
Yeah, I didn't do good on Sunday.
Outside of one
really
game.
time.
I mean, so
Seattle.
anyway, here we are, poolside bets. I'm Franklin. That's Paul.
Yep.
Your December 15th edition of Cash and Tickets. I've completely lost. It feels like I haven't done this in 2 weeks. I feel like I'm just all over the place. My mind's running everywhere. So just good luck. Listen to that. Listen to this. It's going to be.
Have a drink of beer, man.
Maybe I should take it. Yeah, maybe we'll just do that.
Calm her down. We're going to be fine.
Yeah. So, all right. Look, yeah. We're in the middle of college basketball. We got college bowl games coming up. We're getting the nitty gritty of football. Everybody's trying to NFL. Everybody's trying to make a push for the playoffs. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of things happening. We now have the World Cup final set with France versus Argentina, which the way those two teams are playing, I'm glad they're both there. I'm glad nothing crazy happened because they're the two teams that are playing the absolute best football or soccer in America, as we call it.
Yeah, Messi in the open field is probably. I mean, I can't.
I don't know who can stop him.
I don't know how he does half the stuff he does.
He's on incredible, and it feels like he's on. It's like destiny for the Argentine team. If he's going to win one, this is the year. I mean, he needs to go out there and get it. I'm pulling for him. I'd like to see him. It'd probably be an upset. What do you think? You think they're about even?
No, I don't. I think the money line may be even as far as I think the play would be the draw, but as far as the teams against each other, I think France should be favored, but I don't think they will be.
That's why it'll be a slight upset if Argentina does it. But I'd love to see him. I'd love to see Messi get the World Cup. That'll be good for him. France is obviously your defending champion, so they've already had that feeling, except for any newcomers they got on the team there. But
it's minus 110. Both teams.
There you go. So it's even. But it's good luck. We'll be. I'm sure we'll be dialed in watching. But we got a lot of stuff to get to. You want to? Do we even want to talk about last week?
Yeah, I mean I'll go over my picks. I mean,
all right, let's do it.
I had the Chiefs Broncos under. Mahomes went out there and threw 3 picks. It puts Broncos in good position. They scored more points than I thought they could. And of course, I mean, that was a high scoring game. That was a big miss for me. I mean, it was the over under was in the 30s.
Yeah.
So that was a big miss. But also had the Niners minus 3.5. Purdy looked like a Steve Young Jr.
Yeah. He went out there and did his thing, man.
They rolled. And then I had the Browns plus 6. They had 100 yards and penalties.
Bad.
And they still only, I mean, all they had to do was score, they had covered, but they couldn't, nothing go right. Watson didn't play bad.
It was much better than the week before.
He didn't light it up for sure, but he played better. I mean, I don't know. I went 1 and 2. I mean, I only had 3 plays. So.
Just saying that, watch out for the Browns going down the stretch because he was worlds better in game 2 than he was game 1. I mean, and he's a difference maker. He's regardless of what you think about Deshaun Watson, which I'm not a big. Obviously, we're not big personal fans of the guy, but they're letting him play football. So it's when it comes down to betting, it's about his talents. It's not about
can he.
Yeah, and he can. I mean, that's the thing. We've seen it. We know he can, and it got better. So watch the Browns down the stretch. Is that all you had on that?
I only had 3 plays.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I had my first play was the 49ers. I thought that the 49ers defense would put a beat down on Tom Brady, and they did exactly what I thought. And I didn't see Brock Purdy being as good as he was. I mean, he stood in the face of pressure, delivered some great passes, two incredible passes, one to Christian McCaffrey in the corner and one to Brandon Ayuk right there before the half. I thought they were just playing for the field goal. Next thing I know, he's throwing a 30-something yard touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. He looks great. You know how it always happens this way. The third string comes in and has two good guys. I'm pulling for the kid. Of course, obviously I am. It's my team. So I had the Dolphins to bounce back big. I'm looking at it. I said bounce back big against the Chargers. That fell flat. They got beat. This is a game I don't remember, Paul. What was the final in the Jets-Bills games? Do you remember what that was?
Not off the top of my head, but I can look real quick.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Anyway, I said take the Jets plus 9.5. Mike White got hurt twice in that game.
Bills won 20-12, 8 points.
So it was a score. I mean, it was a win. The Jets covered the 9.5.
Yeah, White threw it 44 times, 268 yards.
He came back twice from injury, I think. I mean, he got banged up.
That running back they've got, that I can't remember his first name. His last name's Knight, though. He's pretty good.
But then I had the Vikings plus 2, and boy, the Lions. How about the Lions? On a roll right now. Dan Campbell's got
a good football team.
Absolutely. Jared Goff may be playing the best football he's ever played.
Kirk Cousins went 31 of 41 for 425 yards.
And lost.
Almighty. If I would have started him in fantasy football, it'd have been 7 of 87.
With 3 picks.
For 3 picks, and then he fumbled, return for a touchdown.
Yeah. He's so hit or miss in fantasy. And then the other one I had was Seattle over Carolina.
Oh, God, they absolutely took my car and ran off. And then it
so bad.
Left me stranded on a desolate dirt road. Oh, it hurt my feelings.
You know what's great about this when we make our next year? Next year when football starts, we're gonna do a competition.
Yeah.
And you know, we a lot of times we give thoughts and ideas on a bunch of games, but it's not necessarily all the games we're gonna definitely bet.
Well,
what we need to do is pick. I say we pick 5 college games and 5 NFL games every week.
Okay.
That you and I have to go head to head on.
So
And you know we're going to pick the 10 hardest ones to cap because we have to. I mean, because that's what we're going to do.
So we got to find 10 games that we disagree on?
No, we're just going to pick the five games in college and 5 games in or you can just pick your best bets. We'll just do a best and just see who wins. We'll do it by units. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like if one unit pays off 0.9, like if you got a team at it's minus 110, you know, you lay 1 unit, you win what? 0.9 or something.
So we just start off with 100 units and at the end of the year see what the math says?
Yeah, we could do that. And then we could throw in, we each have to do a money line bet.
Like a dog money line?
Whatever. I mean, as long as it hits, it hits. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I mean,
I'm with you.
So, but yeah, I mean, you don't win very many units if you take a minus 500. And you bet one, you're getting decimal. You're getting decimal points at that point.
Yeah, that is not going well for any better ever.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll toss it around. We'll see what we can do. Maybe the bet will be.
We got a whole March
Madness. We gotta go. We gotta. Maybe we could do it starting in college basketball when the March Madness comes. We'll pick each round.
That'll work. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so let's dive off into it. We'll anything you want to talk about? Any local things in the news or anything you want to talk before we get into football?
Mike Leach passing away was sad.
Oh yeah, I didn't think. I mean that's terrible, especially here in the state of Mississippi. That's whether you're a Rebels fan or you're a Dog fan. That's just and I think Lane Kiffin kind of made a good point. You know, he got to see him. He was there on the field when Leach won his last game as a coach.
Winner,
yeah, got to shake his hand, talk to him, and congratulate him, and that's it. He has to go in the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, he did things that
well,
a lot of coaches.
He was an innovator of the air raid. I mean,
Well, there's so many other coaches that you can see his concepts in there,
Yeah.
even though they don't run his system.
Yeah, it's him.
They
It's
learned
him, Hal Mummy, and then Spurrier, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Hal Mummy was the guy, but I mean,
and Sperry was the fun and gun, and
yeah. I like the story about him dropping the play sheet before the Texas-Oklahoma game when he was the offensive coordinator, and the graduate assistant at Texas picks it up and turns it into the defensive coordinator at Texas. So they dial up their defense to stop it, and these plays were all lined up against that. So they had a double reverse pass. They lined up. They had everybody on the left side. He runs a tight end across the middle to the right. They scored a touchdown. They're up 17-0 at the end of the first
before
quarter.
you can even blink.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, and just a great. I mean, he didn't. It wasn't all about football. That's what was great. I mean, and he would give access to, media. He would talk to them. Hell, sometimes he would ask more questions than they would ask.
Yeah,
and just
he
carry
would.
on a conversation because he knew it was bigger than football. It's about, it's about relationships with people.
He would answer questions without saying nothing, but he would talk for 40 minutes.
Yeah, and they never
Just
answered
ramble.
your question. He just ramble. I mean, that's great.
I know it's awesome. Yeah.
Well, it makes you realize that, hey, he understands. It's just a game, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Knock
it's
it
just
off.
a game. Yeah, it's not so serious. So, hey, shout out to all my Bulldog fans out there. I'm grieving with you. I mean, it's a big loss for the college football world. And to his family, just I can't imagine.
Yeah, they're gonna bring that Arnett. Zach Arnett's gonna bring. Saw that today.
It's like they're gonna make him permanent. That's all the word, permanent. That's a big deal. So congratulations. I mean, not that horrible word. Good luck to Arnett moving forward, taking over that Bulldog program. And still, they did announce today. I think they announced today that they are going to play in their bowl game. So State will be down in Florida.
Yeah, they got those.
The Gator Bowl.
They got those helmets. Isn't that in Tampa? Isn't that in Buccaneer Stadium with the pirate ship at the end of the thing?
If they're playing at the Tampa Bay Stadium,
they're playing there, yeah, and they're going to have a pirate flag on their helmet.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's great homage to Mike Leach. So rest in peace to Mike Leach, and our thoughts and prayers are with his family and the Bulldog family, of course. I know you're all grieving too. That's a big loss. So I don't really know how you transition out of that. I mean, that's a pretty somber note, but he'll be remembered for sure.
Well, yeah, he would want us to keep on keeping on. So
Well,
we might
absolutely.
keep on.
It's keep asking more questions. He'd look around and say, "So, what do you think about this?"
Eating fish sandwiches under a shade tree.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
All right.
All right, so we're gonna. I guess we might as well dive into these bowls because, man, I looked at every one of them. I wrote notes about everything, so I got plenty of notes. And you know how I like to talk, so you're just gonna kick me off the microphone. And so what we'll do, we'll just go bowl by bowl, and I'll let Paul give us his first thought, then I'll drop in.
All right.
So our first game is and my God, if you gotta go to a bowl and you're not really happy about it, the Bahamas is not the worst place to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
So the Bahamas Bowl.
Is that the Miami of Ohio game?
It is Miami of Ohio versus the UAB Blazers.
I probably won't watch it down to that game. It starts at 10:30 in the morning.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yes, I don't know who done that dumbass stuff, but anyways, no, I don't got nothing there. I don't care either way.
Yeah, no, I just wrote. UAB is 11-point favorite. The coach there stepping down. Trent Dilfer is going to. I believe. I hope that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. He's going to UAB. Trent Dilfer is going to take over the Blazers program.
Give
there.
me the points there. I'll take the points.
And both teams kind of up and down. If the Blazers can run it, I like them because Miami cannot stop the run. But UAB was just so up and down all year long. The coach is gone. I don't know. I mean, it's 11 points. You're probably right. I don't know how to trust a MAC team, even though I think later I
We're
am.
wasting way too much. We're wasting time on this thing. This game is not going to get bad.
Just
you
give
know
me
it
my
ain't.
thoughts, man. See, everybody bets bowls. There's nothing else to bet.
Man, go take the points and be done with it.
Take your 11 points.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I think the Blazers run away with it
You
late.
think I'll beat the hell out of them?
Yeah. So the next bowl game that Friday is the Cure Bowl. I think I wrote that right. The Cure Bowl. This is the big one. It may be one of the best bowl games of the season. I mean, you got two really good teams here. You got the UTSA Roadrunners taking on the Troy Trojans, both 11-2. Troy is favored 1.5. Paul?
I like them both. Well, I mean, I know you're looking for dynamite content here and something special, but I ain't got it, man.
You got to give me something
I
here.
am giving you something. I mean, hell, listen, they got it 26-22 on Sportsline. I could see it either way that way. I mean, you don't bet this game.
They got Troy 26-22.
Troy, no, it's UTSA. Troy is 10-2 against the spread this year.
Yeah.
You don't bet this game.
It's only 1.5.
You don't bet the game. Don't bet it.
Well, this is what I'm going to tell you. UTSA, there's 3 things they've never done. They never beat a top 25 team, never won a bowl game, they never finished in the top 25. So they are out to get this thing done. You got a mature Frank Harris, who I think can just continue to move the sticks for the Roadrunners against a really good Troy defense. Now, I get it, but I think the Troy offense is inconsistent enough to let the Roadrunners get a few stops. So I'm taking the Roadrunners here to pull the slight upset over the Troy Trojans. Give me the Roadrunners.
Do you like the under there? With the under, because Troy's got a really
55
good defense.
and a half.
Troy's got a really good defense.
They do. I don't think Troy can score that much, so I don't hate the under there.
Okay.
I don't hate the under there.
I don't have a play on that game either. Sorry.
Well, I'm taking the Roadrunners.
Oh,
I love them.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
The plus 1.5. Give me the Roadrunners. I like them to win outright. I'm pulling for them. That's probably more of a heart deal. I mean, I've been rolling with the Roadrunners for 2 years now. Big Frank Harris fan. Yep. So I hope it gets it done. Wins the bowl game, first bowl game in the UTSA history. So I'm pulling for the Roadrunners.
There you go. All right.
Let's move on to Saturday. First game Saturday is the Fenway Bowl, Cincinnati and Louisville.
I wonder in the history of college football, has a coach ever left and then had to play the same team that he just left?
That's
Satterfield coached Louisville, and now he's coaching Cincinnati. They play each other in a bowl game.
But he's not going to coach the bowl game, is he?
I don't know. I know I'm not doing well on the picks, but I didn't bet this one either. It's whatever team's more excited about what they have going. Louisville probably isn't going to have nobody playing. Malik Cunningham's probably not going to play. I think a lot of the offensive guys are probably checked out.
Probably.
If there's a play on this one, it's Cincinnati, because I don't think Louisville's going to show up for this game.
Well, I kind of had the same thing. Cincinnati is actually a slight underdog here. They're plus 1.5. You know, both coaches left, but Cincinnati had to know Luke Fickell was leaving at some point. So they're not really discouraged, kind of the way like Louisville just loses their coach out of nowhere. You know, Satterfield ups and leaves, and he wasn't even really good at Louisville. And Cincinnati had a tough loss to Tulane, but boy, Tulane turned it on big time at the end of the season. Good program there. So yeah, I like Cincinnati, another dog there. I like Cincinnati to get that thing done in the Fenway Bowl. Let's go out to Nevada. Let's go to Las Vegas. Florida taking on the Oregon State Beavers.
I got the under 53 here.
Under 53.
I'm going to bet that one.
Okay.
I'm going to bet it. I don't think Anthony Richards not going to play. He's going to the draft. I don't know who their backup is.
Oh, have you seen that? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was out today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I love Oregon State minus 10. I liked them not knowing that Anthony Richardson was gone. Florida's defense is really, really bad, and Oregon State is a really tough team, and they knew, you know, it's not like they're disappointed in their season. You know what I mean? 9-3, they're not disappointed. I think they're gonna go and show out. I like the blowout here. I like Oregon State 30-14, 35-14.
Anything under 53. I mean, a lot of the offensive linemen for Florida may not play. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, if you like the under, I mean, I think we're both good. I wouldn't mind taking the under and the minus 10. Like I said, I see Oregon State like a 35-14 win here, which is 49. So I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the LA Bowl, presented by. I can't read that. I don't know. It's the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. That's where I wanted to bring
Jimmy Kimmel.
The Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl.
What's Jimmy Kimmel want?
I don't know. You got Washington State against Fresno State. Fresno State is favored 3.5.
I'm gonna be betting Fresno State -3.5. Washington State's lost their defensive coordinator. They've lost a bunch of players. I don't think they're. And this is a big game for Fresno State because of recruiting wise, they're kind of in the same realm as far as the players they're trying to go get.
Yeah.
So I think Fresno State shows up. I don't think Washington State gives two flips about this.
Here's a little tidbit on Fresno State. Their record is 9-4. 9-4.
Yeah.
They've won 8 straight.
Yeah.
You're talking about a team on a roll. I know the competition wasn't great in their conference there, but hey, win's a win. The Cougars kind of faltered down the stretch. I mean, they stayed close in a bunch of games. So, yeah, I'm kind of with you there, especially with that defensive coordinator going. I like Fresno State there, -3.5.
Yeah.
All right, so
The Lending Tree Bowl, the one I've been waiting on.
you got Rice, who got in. Apparently, they have a really good APR. Rice gets in with a 5-7 record, and they take on the Southern Miss Eagles.
Frank Gore led Southern Miss
Frank Gore
Eagles.
Jr. Frank Gore Jr.
He's probably got 3 more years of college. He'll be 47. No, I ain't betting this game either.
Southern Miss is -6 there. Southern won their last game to get bowl eligible. Rice really struggles on defense. Now, here's the thing. Can USM get mediocre QB? If they can get mediocre QB play, this game's a rout.
Put Frank Gore at quarterback. They did it.
So I don't mind laying the 6 here with Southern Miss against a Rice team that cannot stop anybody. I mean, literally, it just the defense.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about them. I'll be honest with
It's
you.
bad. You look at all the stats; everything is bad. Look at the games they play; they just can't stop anything. Run, pass, but you got to. I mean, USM sometimes they get bogged down because the quarterback play is not very good.
I know they're the Owls, and that's about as far as I'll go with it.
Used to be pretty good in baseball, or maybe still be. But anyway, I don't mind taking Southern Miss there with the points. The New Mexico Bowl.
Here we go.
This is one I'm playing big.
Okay, is this the BYU game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm on that one too.
Southern Methodist, SMU, takes on BYU. The Cougs.
Yep.
Tell me what you think, Paul, and then I'll jump in here.
I think they're going to score 100 points between them. And I think I'm going to take the over.
Don't bet this game, people. I'm telling you right now.
Are we both on the over?
I said look for points on top of points is what I wrote down.
No, I'm gonna bet the over.
I love the over at 64. Even at 64, I love the
It'll be
over.
the first time we've died to slow death
Right.
together and gambling.
I wrote down Mordecai versus Hall. I think both go over 330 passing. I don't think there's a whole lot of defense here. I think they'll get to 70 easy.
Yeah, should.
I see a 38-35 game, 40-35, something in that range.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to be a 50 to 60 game, some bullshit like that.
Didn't SMU put up 70 something on Houston this year?
That's these two. That.
Yeah, Mordecai can absolutely sling it, and Jaron Hall's had a really good year at BYU. So, and this is it is an away game, but it's a neutral site. So I think, and they're in New Mexico. It's going to be good weather, I'd imagine, right? I mean, I can't imagine it'd be cold or anything in New Mexico.
7:30 on ABC.
Yeah.
So you got a night game. They're going to be dialing that thing.
Yeah,
up.
it's going to be all the points. I love the over in that game.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we'll move on to the Frisco Bowl. North Texas takes on Boise State.
I looked at that game and because I think North Texas is not a very good football team.
No, I don't.
And I think Boise State got better as the year went on.
They did.
But I don't remember why I left it off my sheet, but I did. So
Yeah, I mean it's 10.5.
Yeah.
I mean, the Boise State defense is really good, and they beat up on the Mountain West. But man, laying 10.5. I mean, North Texas can score,
Yeah, they got it 42-23.
but that's easy. I mean that's an easy cover. But I don't know if I'm going to bet that one. I guess if I did, I would lean Boise State just 'cause I don't think North Texas is that good a program. I don't think they're that good a football team.
They fired their coach, didn't they? Didn't they fire what's his name?
Yeah, or he's moving on.
I think they fired him.
Latrell?
Yeah,
Littrell, something like that?
Littrell, yeah. All right, so just for content, the the projections for the college football game that is SMU and BYU.
Yeah.
Tanner and Mordecai, 28 of 39 for 348 yards.
Yeah, I said 330, over 330.
Jaron Hall, 20 of 30 for 294. He'll go. He'll probably go with
Oh,
that.
yeah, he'll go over that.
That game's good. They're gonna score.
Yeah, they're scoring all the points in that game. They're scoring all the points.
All right.
Yeah, that's probably like I said, that's probably my big play of the weekend.
Well,
the over in there.
Are you okay?
I think I'm having a stroke. You have to watch me. If I start slurring or if I start leaning one way and doesn't look right, maybe call somebody. I don't know.
Told you to wait on the good tequila. You wouldn't listen to me.
I like what we had tonight was better than the 1800.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the clip. I mean, it's okay, but
Yeah, it's liking you too.
I grew up on the shitty tequila, so that's kind of where I like to keep it.
That's funny.
Just don't let us get called over at my neighbors across the street this New Year's. Let's not
Hey,
go over there this weekend.
We talked about it.
I mean New Year's.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see.
Or we can invite them to where we are. How about that?
I don't think the result's going to be the same. All right. Let's move on for you getting divorced.
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't have a problem. Remember, I didn't go over last year. That was not me.
I don't remember who was there. Anyways. All right.
Then they got a game Monday, December 19th. Marshall takes on UConn in the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Are you going to do it? I'm going to do it.
I'm not doing it.
I'm betting them plus the 10.
Nope. I'm taking
They're
Marshall
gonna be
minus
fired
the
up.
10.
They're going to be fired up. They're going to go out there and beat the shit out of Marshall.
I cannot get that Army loss out of my head. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I was on your Black Knights against Navy, and they pulled it out in overtime. Way to go, Army. We both said it, I think, last week. We were looking forward to that game. We're both
that game.
Yeah, we were both on the Army Black Knights there. And look, that UConn has to run the football, and Marshall gives up nothing on the ground. So it's going to look a lot like what you just saw against Army. They're going to just run into a wall all day long. And I just think that it's going to be too much. And Marshall's going to take that game into the fourth quarter, being about a 7-8 point game. And then they're going to score late, and it's going to be 15, and you're going to lose, and I'm going to win.
It's going to be my dog money line parlay, one of my picks.
So this sound? You know what this is sounding like?
Natty bet?
Yeah, it sounded like a natty bet to me.
Did I ever get my other natties I was supposed to get?
I'm sure at some point I've refilled the cooler in the refrigerator somewhere. But I will get one for you Friday night for the. How about that? I'll get one box to pay off my bet.
I will take UConn plus 10.
And I'm taking Marshall minus 10.
December 19th at 1:30.
Yep, that's the bet right there.
Is that a month? That's Monday?
That's on Monday. Yeah, it's a Monday.
Oh, hell. No fun. All right, I'm in. UConn's going to beat them.
No, not happening.
All right.
But I got to honor your bet if they get within 10, though. So you're taking the plus. You're taking UConn plus 10. I'm taking Marshall minus 10. So there we go.
10-4.
All right. The Idaho Potato Bowl, Tuesday, December 20th.
No.
Eastern Michigan versus San Jose State. I looked at this game and I tried to find something. Said I can't find anything here. Both teams are pretty similar. I don't know how you, again, another MAC team. I don't know how you trust Eastern Michigan and San Jose State is a 3.5 point favorite here.
Sportsline's got San Jose State beating the shit out of them.
Oh yeah, I mean the MAC's been bad this year. But I'm about to back a MAC team, but it has nothing to do with them being good. Because the second game on Tuesday at 6:30 on ESPN is the Liberty Flames taking on the Toledo Rockets.
I looked at that game because of Liberty just absolutely dying, but they got a new coach, and I don't know how involved he is.
Man, it can't be that involved already. I mean, and look, you talk about a team that was checked out. I'm just betting on that they're still checked out. That's all I'm doing here. I'm taking Toledo minus 5. I
don't blame you there because I didn't put it down just because I didn't know because surely the quarterback's not going to play. He's already
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna play? I mean, they're completely checked out. Yeah, give me Toledo big there over Liberty.
Man, I don't blame you. I didn't bet it, but I don't blame you for betting it.
Yeah, so but that's as far as I went. I didn't get into the Wednesday game, but I kind of like the Wednesday game. It looks like a pretty good matchup. And we'll probably be doing our podcast while that game is right before it gets started. We'll be finishing up. Western Kentucky versus South Alabama in the R&L Carriers New Orleans Dome Bowl. They'll be in a dome, but the New Orleans Bowl there.
Nothing.
I guess they'll be in a dome. I don't. Do they play at? Yeah, they play at the Superdome.
Yeah, no idea.
South Alabama's been great all year. Great shout out to Kane Womack. They've been really good. They're 10-2 on the year. Jaguars, they got a really good defense over there. Western Kentucky can score. They can put the ball in the end zone.
They got it 28-22.
South Al?
Yes, sir.
That's a cover. South Al is 4.5 point favorite in that game.
I got nothing on that one.
And that's as far as I went because when we come back Wednesday, we'll be able to talk about the bowl games moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's a big rip. That's your rundown for the college football slate of bowl games coming up.
First week, yeah. I mean, I got NFL plays, but that first couple of college games, that over.
So if I were gonna, I'll just give you some thoughts here. If I'm gonna, obviously I'm taking the Roadrunners plus 1.5, and that's a heart bet. You're welcome to go against me on that one.
UConn's a heart bet too, so be careful.
Yeah, that for Paul, that's a heart bet. And I love the over in the BYU SMU game.
That's a bet.
And I know it's a lot of points, but I love the Beavers even at -10 over a Florida team that squeaked in and
I like
got a bad defense.
I'm going to be on the under there.
And I don't hate Cincinnati plus 1.5 or just money line there. I don't hate Cincinnati. And you heard our other picks. Not picks, it's just our thoughts on the other games.
Fresno State -4.
Oh, you do like the Fresno State game? No. Okay.
I'm going to bet that. I'm going to bet the BYU SMU game. I'm going to bet the Florida Oregon game under. So under, over. And then UConn plus 10 is a kind of hard play. Since I'm going to have a natty bet with you, I may not play it at all.
Well, I'm definitely taking the over in the SMU BYU game. So me and you can cry the next day together. We can just wrap ourselves and
one day the first time,
arm up and cry it out.
Well.
So let's move forward to the league that is really getting into the fun time. The NFL is coming down the stretch, baby, coming down the stretch.
Down the stretch they come.
And I know it's probably a little somber for you because Steelers aren't going to make the playoffs, and it's so much better when your team is in it. I get that. I've been there. Believe me.
You trying to be an asshole right now?
No, I know. I mean, you know what I mean. When you're watching the NFL, when you have a connection to a team and they're not in it, all you can think about is, all right, where are we going in the draft? What are we going to do here? And it's hard to dial in on what you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
No, I know. You're right. I did. If we don't fire that bastard we got calling plays this year, I don't know. What are we gonna do? Well, I mean, Tomlin. I know y'all like to hold on to things, and you have a process, and that's what makes it so good. But this is getting silly now. What kind of pitchers does the man have? I mean, what does he got?
Yeah, it's not good. I'm with you. I don't think Matt Canada is any good. And I watch Steelers game, obviously, because my wife's a Steelers fan.
He's terrible.
And it's just not, and I hate to see her just always just.
Well, the reason the Steelers started playing better offensively is finally they had Kenny Pickett in there. And
was he not dialing up his own shit?
He was changing the plays. Well, he got freaking hurt, and they put Trubisky back in there.
3 straight picks.
Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, we'll be good next year. We got an early second-round pick we got on that Claypool trade, which worked out. It's going to work out fine.
It's like 3-4 years ago when Shanahan's first year, I think, or something. They weren't very good, but he was just getting his stuff done. It was first year, second year. I think it's first year. I was like, man, I hope we just get in position to draft Nick Bosa. And damn if we didn't. We were right there, and we got Nick Bosa, and he's made all the difference on the defense. I mean, he's an absolute monster. And he does the exact same thing that TJ Watt does for the Steelers. When he's in the game, it's a game changer. It changes everything. And how much fun is it for me to have Nick Bosa and the rest of the guys they got on that defensive line, the linebackers they got? It's so much fun. Brock Purdy, who put in that Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy.
Sweep left.
Yeah, Debo Samuel's a big loss though. That's going to hurt. Don't any 49ers fans that are listening. That's going to be a big loss. We'll have him back for the playoffs, but don't kid yourself. Christian McCaffrey is only one man. He can't make up for one Debo Samuel.
Okay,
but
so the NFL this week, I got 3 plays, but also have 2 kind of prop bets I want to talk about.
Okay.
I actually found them today.
All right, get after it. Let me hear it.
All right, you got any NFL?
I've kind of just glanced, but yeah, as I'm scrolling through it, I'll have some plays. No, you go ahead.
All right, so my first play is going to be the Bengals minus 3.5. They're at Tampa Bay. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to suck up to Frankie J, but when you play the 49ers, they beat you up.
Twice. They beat you twice.
They will beat you up. And Brady, I know it's in Tampa Bay, but I'm telling you, that team, and the Bengals ain't no, they're going to beat them up too.
Yeah.
So give me the Bengals minus 3.5 there. Bucks are 0-5-1 as dogs, and they're a dog this week at home.
Yeah. Not looking good for the Buccaneers.
No, they're demoralized, and the Bengals are getting hot at the right time. Let's see, what is the one? I got it wrote down, but my notes got messed up. Give me just a second. Okay, Indianapolis. Yep. I got Minnesota on the money line. I'm probably going to use it as a parlay option for like maybe do Bengals minus 3.5 and throw them in the money line to get even money.
Just to win?
Yeah, just to win. If they win, they clinch the NFC North here.
Yeah, so they're playing for something.
Yeah, they're motivated.
And that's a Saturday game, everybody. That's a Saturday game.
And they're getting healthy. They're getting Harrison Smith. What's the safety they have? They're getting players.
Harrison Smith. Yeah,
they're getting players back.
He's really good as a safety.
Yeah, they're getting healthy at the right time. And I'm also going to be betting the Baltimore Ravens plus 135. I'm going to take them on the money line. And I know they have huge quarterback issues.
Yes, they do.
But
Deshaun Watson, I just told you to watch the Browns.
Yeah. But they're going to make Deshaun Watson beat them.
Well, true. They still have good defense. I mean, that's crazy how many years they've been good on D.
And they just got Raekwon Smith from the Bears. That Ravens defense is outstanding. They'll make Deshaun Watson try to beat him. He'll throw picks. He won't be able to do it. The Ravens will win that ball game, in my opinion.
I'm with you. I would love to take the Thursday night game. My 49ers are playing the Seahawks, but here's the thing. It's in Seattle. And if you go back and look, we've not been great in Seattle. And I know Seattle
Yeah, go ahead.
I know Seattle just lost to Carolina. I get it. But this game means a lot to both teams. Now, I know Russell Wilson's not there anymore. It's Geno Smith. What does he know about the rivalry? Maybe that makes a difference. And that, look, defense travels. Nick Bosa and the boys, they're on a mission. They're on an absolute mission. They want to be number one. They want to win. But those boys, they talk about it in the press conferences, and that they want to rule the world in defense and everything that every stat that can be offered. And I'm tooting my horn for Nick Bosa for Defensive Player of the Year. He absolutely changes every offensive scheme of every team that they play. They have to find a way to stop that guy.
Does Brandon Ayuk? I see a lot of plays this week for the over 51.5 on Brandon Ayuk.
I mean, Debo's out, so you got to go somewhere.
Is he the guy that picks up that slack though? Or
I think it's George Kittle. I think Purdy can find Kittle.
Yeah.
Kittle's been he hasn't had the year you thought he would have being healthy. I just think the offensive scheme that Shanahan runs is so different. It was a lot of George Kittle centric early, but now he's got wideouts that he trusts, and he loves Brandon Ayuk after he got out of the doghouse last year, and obviously he loves Debo. But with Debo out, yeah, I think Ayuk and Kittle got to pick up the slack there. So you got to pick your poison. Do you like Ayuk or do you like Kittle? I mean, somebody's got to pick it up. Look at Jawan Jennings. Look at his over under and see what his over under receiving yards is, because somebody's got to that's your number one guy. I mean he's so multi talented. He can do everything. He runs the football, But I think you're going to see a lot of Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly.
Well, my thought, I looked at that game too, but I'm not going to let Seattle beat me twice. They beat me last weekend.
I'm not either. And as much as I love the 49ers, I'm going to have all my gear on, and I'll be ready tomorrow night, and, it'll be on. But, I'm just not going to bet it and let my heart get broken twice. Does that make sense? Because it's my team.
That's right.
My big bet for the NFL was, and you hit on it first, it was the first game you went to, the Bengals -3.5 over the Bucks. I think that's easy money. Look, Joe Burrow and those guys with Jamar Chase back, and that defense is actually playing pretty well. They're protecting Burrow better than they were early in the year. And boy, Tom Brady and the boys are coming off getting absolutely just trucked by the 49ers defense. And you know what that can do when you get beat. You see it in college.
Yep.
You see a team go play Alabama, and what happens the next week?
Yep.
They just can't perform.
Yep.
They're just beat up.
Bad week of practice, bad week of game day.
Yeah.
Water tastes funny.
Yeah, I love the Bengals minus the 3.5. I don't know that I can piggyback on your Ravens Browns, but the Browns are favored. So give me probably give me the points there with the Ravens as 3. You know they're going to keep it close, and they got the best kicker in the league. I mean, he'll
Boy, he'd kick it from way far.
If they get past the 50, they're in range. You know what I mean? It's but I didn't see anything like that. You know, one game I'm intrigued to watch is the Lions and Jets.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
You know, two teams they're playing so much better this year. It's going to be a good game.
That's 2 games you normally wouldn't give 2 flips about.
But it's the Lions on the road. Can they produce that? In a cold setting in New Jersey. We'll see. I think I kind of like the Cowboys -4. They're playing the Jags. That Cowboys defense will also suffocate you. Now they didn't look great against Houston, but.
Boy, that was a damn debacle, wasn't it?
That was a tough game. I just kept thinking any minute now the Cowboys are going to take this game over, and they just never did.
Yeah, it looked too good to be true. I got I don't.
But Dak. I mean, he's going to have those games. I mean, you just that.
I got 2 prop bets too. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I had one. Here's a game that I don't
take a break for a minute. I'll be right back.
Here's a game that I don't hate, and I know they're not a good team. But the Cardinals just lost Kyler Murray to probably what looks like an ACL because of a non-contact injury, and he was super broken down on the cart. So more than likely that's an ACL, and that sucks for any player. Look, I mean, I've been through it with my team. You lose a guy, it's just awful. And when it's the quarterback, I mean, I didn't cry, but it was hard to watch Jimmy Garoppolo getting taken back to the locker room, and glad it wasn't anything broken. But anyway, the Cardinals are missing their starting quarterback. They're on the road playing probably the number 2 defense, in my opinion, the number 2 defense in the league behind the 49ers is the Denver Broncos. Yeah, they got beat up by the Chiefs, but who doesn't? Sometimes you just have lapses. The 49ers got beat up by the Chiefs, and they've been great ever since. They've been the number 1 defense in the league since that game. So I like the Denver. You got to lay 3 points with Denver. If you can get Russell Wilson just to get you enough points, and Jerry Jeudy went off big time last week against the Chiefs, and the Cardinals don't have that great a defense. So I kind of like the Broncos at home minus the 3. I like them to get this win against Colt McCoy and the Cardinals. If you're looking for a prop bet there, maybe look. Maybe look at Hopkins. Colt McCoy's got to throw it to somebody, and DeAndre Hopkins is the guy, but his receiving total is probably going to be way up there. So
I saw where they put the rookie they had. He's on the injured reserve for the rest of the year.
Who's that? Which team? Who you talking about? Cardinals?
Yeah, Cardinals. What's the rookie they got from? Was it South Carolina? He played.
Man, you got me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll find it.
Anyway, I think I got to fix this computer. We had it all dialed in. I got shit coming in everywhere. Anyway, I kind of like the Broncos minus the 3 there. So if I had plays, obviously my number 1 play is the Bengals minus 3.5. I'm kind of leaning Broncos minus 3 just because the Cardinals are kind of beat up and their season's gone to shit. And the Ravens plus the points. Saturday against the Browns. I think the Ravens just can beat up. Deshaun Watson, and I'm sure he's going to continue to get better. But I like the Ravens, even with their quarterback situation. Plus the 3 points, they got the best kicker in the league, and that makes a difference. Anything else? Anything else in the?
No, they got. I mean, I'm just looking at some of these projected scores, and everything's like within 3 points. Of course, it's the NFL.
Well, it's NFL, of course. Yeah. God, that Chargers game. Who knows? Titans have been bad lately.
I don't hate that. I don't hate the Monday night game, but I mean, if
Rams Packers,
can Baker keep baking? You know,
the Packers have been so up and down all year. How do you trust the Packers, even though the Rams are beat up? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know.
And if you want to play Thursday night, if you're gonna play Thursday night, I still love that defense of the 49ers it's just really good, and this is a big rivalry game. We got a boy there. My boy Marcus Friesen is going to be at the game. Well, he was headed that way because he invited me to go, and what
are you doing there talking to me?
I know. I had other obligations, and I couldn't make it. I wish I could be there. I shout out Marcus for giving me the invitation. I think him and his brothers were headed up there and going to Seattle, going to the game tomorrow night, or if you're listening to this, tonight. They'll be at that game. So anyway, that's what I got. So, Paul,
I found some fun things on.
Yeah. So go ahead.
The future odds. This is Caesars Sportsbook, by the way, and Caesars is the site that it's not the site. It's at the local casino. Caesars is the book they use. So if you're local to us, then they have two. The MGM and then Caesars are the two main ones here. But they have what they call a Super Bowl 57 exacta bet. So what you're betting on is the exact two teams in the Super Bowl, and you're betting on who's going to win, who's going to lose. So I'm going to run down some of these, and I'll tell you the two that I kind of looked at. So it's Buffalo to win versus the Philadelphia Eagles to lose. That's 10-1. If you go get it right now. If you think the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to make the Super Bowl, then go bet it. The Chiefs to win, Eagles to lose is 12-1. The Eagles to win and the Bills to lose is also 12-1. So, that's kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So I started running down with the teams that I think may have a shot at this thing. And there was two matchups that I got over 50-1 on that I really probably going to go bet it.
50-1 on the two. You got to have the two teams in it.
Yep. So you got to have the two teams in it.
And the outcome.
And you got to have the outcome. The first one I'll give you is 70-1. It's the Vikings to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And I know Kirk Cousins. I get it. But it's 70-1.
Prime time Kirk is not prime time.
I get it.
But yeah. Okay.
But you're 70-1. It's not. I mean, you throw $20 at that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. The second one is the one I think the most of, and it brings back like when I was a kid and Boomer Esiason.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get the 49ers.
49ers and the Bengals
to beat the Bengals, and you get 50-1.
No shit.
50-1.
Okay.
I mean,
and you got the Niners winning?
Yeah.
I can get that at 50-1?
Yes, sir.
I don't hate the Bengals getting out of the AFC. Hell, they got out of it last year.
You can get the Bengals to beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl at 40-1.
Oh, so they think so they think the Bengals winning is better odds than the 49ers beating the Bengals.
That's the quarterback situation.
Well, that's true.
But I mean, if you actually realize that in a 49ers offense, that quarterback sometimes don't mean all he has to do is manage that thing.
Look, Kyle Shanahan is so good at what he does, and you could tell he trusts Brock Purdy. He did not go vanilla in that game. I mean, hell, he's throwing a 32-yard touchdown pass with 20 seconds left to go in the first half.
Yeah. But these are fun bets to make because you can go get them right now and get really good odds, and then you're sitting there in the playoffs and this thing comes to fruition or whatever. You're sitting there with a 50-1 ticket that probably at the Super Bowl you're going to be on the favorites, probably going to be like minus 140 or some bullshit.
Yeah. What's the odds for the Cowboys to lose in the first round?
I don't have that, but they got them to make the Super Bowl for some odd-ass reason.
I kid. I know. I got family. I got a ton of family in Texas, and they all are big Cowboys fans, and they try to tell me how awesome the Cowboys are. It's like, really? You hadn't, we've made 2 Super Bowls since the 90s. Now, granted, we lost both of them, and one of them made Paul and I think we hugged and cried, and that we didn't get to touch it. We didn't get to get close to each other after that game because COVID hit. I think the 49ers actually brought COVID into this world. I mean, it was there. That's where it all went to shit. You remember? I mean, it was after that game.
It took the world 2 years to get over that shit show.
Man, it took us a long time too. Boy,
We're still not over it.
Well, a little context. Was that not the same year that LSU brought us in all the money?
Yeah, we
Wasn't
got
that
on
the
that
year that
Burrow train.
we got on the Burrow train and we ran right through it when they beat the hell out of Clemson in the title game. We were both in the same room. We celebrated that, and then we were both super excited about 49ers winning the game as the underdog against the Kansas City. No, we ended up favorites, didn't we? Against the Chiefs?
No, at the game time, they
were dogs. They had to
like
be
110.
Yeah, okay. So
Plus 110, I mean.
yeah, so we're still just a slight dog, and then 20-10 lead in the fourth quarter, and then it all went to hell in a handbasket after that.
But I mean, I thought those kind of bets are fun. I mean, if you hit a little bet or something, you got $40 to throw at something. Those are fun because you can get paid out really good on something. You just forget about them. I mean, you put that ticket in your drawer.
Lay it in the drawer and be ready to go when it's time. I don't hate that. Boy, you talking about getting excited. How many times, what would be great to see what the odds are, the 49ers Bills, because, Chris Berman, how many years in a row, you remember on SportsCenter, how many years in a row did he predict 49ers Bills in the Super Bowl? 49ers Bills.
Nobody
and the Bills,
circles the wagons.
And the Bills kept making it, and the 49ers couldn't get there. But so many times, Berman was there on the Bills and the 49ers. A lot of good years there. We neither one of us can complain as far as allegiances in NFL go because got 2 of the leading teams and Super Bowl wins. So
I mean, you can get Buffalo to beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl at 18-1. I mean, I was looking for bigger odds, but I mean these are really good bets right here. 'Cause, I mean, you throw.
If I'm going to go place a future bet and it's going to be that big of odds, I'm taking my team just to make it all much better. Give me the 49ers over the Bengals at 50-1. Absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out where the Steelers are, but it don't scroll that far down. I don't think it's.
Well, you got to make the playoffs first.
Much bullshit, man. I'm gonna throw a little something at my Steelers. the Eagles to beat the Jaguars is 600-1. You can get you some of that.
The Jags are still in the playoff hunt?
I guess.
Goodness gracious. All right. Well, yeah, they're 5-8 and still. And this has been a crazy. I mean, outside the Eagles, nobody's just running. And I just.
Oh, I found them. They got them 49ers to beat the Steelers.
I hope that game never happens. I hope we never see each other.
2,500-1.
I hope that never happens. There's not a house or a bar big enough to separate the 2 of us.
There ain't a big enough box of natties for that.
No, it's not. That would be awful. God, that would be awful.
Well,
would we like each other at the end of that? Would we? I don't think we would bro hug it out.
It's a loose term.
Like. Oh shit! They would have to put us in like separate boxes where we couldn't talk or something. I mean. There would be a lot of separation.
Well, we couldn't do a live show for that.
Oh my god, that would not be good.
But anyway,
that'd probably be good. It'd probably be funny.
That's all. I mean, I hate. I mean, there's a lot. Like so, right now. Oh, let me go check on that because I got a bet going.
Oh shit!
Let's see how bad I've lost already. But yeah, no. I mean, the college basketball is hard because they're already playing. By the time we talk about it, so until we can get to where we get more consistent about what we're talking about when we're doing. Oh no. We're up 5. Here we go.
What point in the game are we in?
We got 14 minutes and 59 seconds.
14 minutes to go. La Tech is up. How many?
They're up 5.
Up 5.
Covering by half a point.
how am I signed into here and I don't have NCAA men on it? Sometimes ESPN pisses me right off. I mean, it just never saves my
You know who's not doing well?
Oh no, the refs.
Yeah, boy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not good, boss.
I hate to hear that.
Well,
Glad I didn't go to the game tonight. I guess. Oh, that would've
it's
been bad.
grody. It's not even fun to look at.
Are you serious?
Don't go look. I'm telling you, don't look at it.
I'm just looking at everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State's beating La Texas at 5.
You did look
Keep
at it.
scrolling. Keep
Yeah,
scrolling.
it's not good.
Keep scrolling.
This could be old Kermit's last year.
It has to be, right?
Yeesh.
Hell, we just made a 3 and we're still down 14. Goodness gracious alive.
It's not good.
You can't be. I mean, you can't be losing to Central Florida at home. I mean, I know Central Florida's been playing pretty good basketball, but I mean, and I know sometimes people lose. Auburn lost to Memphis last weekend, but
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a way we can get plays out. I don't know. I know I don't use Twitter like I should, but
we got to do more on the Twitter machine. Because we said we would, and I tried to, I put out those NFL picks last week. I think I went 1 and 2 of the 3 that I put out there. At least I won one of them. Goodness gracious.
at least we're transparent about it. These other jackwagons. All right.
Well, Paul, we'll talk about we got a big party coming up Friday. Are you excited about the party? Little Friends Christmas, Friendsmas, as we call it. We're going to throw a little Friendsmas party this weekend.
I like the
Little
party.
Friday action.
I'm a party person.
We hope we have a good time. A little dirty Santa
Look at this
action.
face right here. How do you not take that to a party? You leave it at home.
Am I supposed to comment on that? Or?
You just leave it at home.
No. I'd take you anywhere, Paul. I'd take you with me anywhere. What are you talking about? Paul's the greatest wingman you could ever have. Look. Oh shit! I gotta just kill it.
That hurt. All right.
Sorry.
Time to shut her down.
If that jumped in, I hate ESPN.
That's the God telling you quit talking about me. That's what it is.
I don't know how it got on there because I had the audio muted. I don't even know how it came in.
That part of the show brought to you by Whopper.
Believe me, we're not getting paid by Burger King. I promise you. Oh man, yeah. Look, so what I was trying to say, yeah, you need a wingman. This is your guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sitting right next to me you just take him out and things happen. People start coming around. Women start coming around. It's a big time.
Things happen.
That's right.
You got me in all the trouble. Every bit of it. It's your fault.
I didn't say anybody ever took up anybody. I mean, you just have a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all.
Move on. Let's
Right? At the craps table, you just throw the dice down there and
throw them 7.
and you get people excited and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, anyways.
That's what we do.
All right.
All right, so
Got our plays.
what else?
I don't have any more plays. Really, like I said, until we can figure out a way to get these daily picks out, I don't really know.
Yeah, if we ever figure out when we ever figure out, we're always doing it. If we're doing basketball plays, we'll just have to tweet them out. When we like anything NBA. We're obviously big Grizzlies fans, so look forward to tomorrow night with the Grizz and the Bucks squaring off. That ought to be a good game.
Yeah.
A lot of prop plays in NBA is what we look for there a lot of times. Not so much the games, but player props. Dig into your player props on NBA. Find somebody that's hot. How long did I ride Dame time 2 years ago? 6 or 7 straight games? You ride a little Damian Lillard. Somebody gets hot, you go check out the over-under on their points or their total points, rebounds, and assists. A lot of times you can find good value there. May have to lay a little bit of juice, but hey, if you know it's going to hit pretty easy, it's not a bad bet to make. Especially if somebody else is out, somebody's got to score. You got your big-time scorer there, go get them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point.
If you're dealing in college basketball, use that Ken Palm rankings too. It helps.
Yeah, I think you brought that up last time. That's a really good place to start. with Ken Palm there. If you like a game, then just go check that out. See how far apart they are or how close they are.
Yeah, we're down 10. So here we go.
Well, we're getting closer. It was 14. Now we're down 10.
Latex up 4.
You're the bearer of all bad news. So, anyway, I guess that's going to wrap it up. A little shorter show tonight, but that's okay. We'll, still an hour. We got an hour in there.
Yep.
Well, I don't know that we have much to promote coming up. I don't know when we'll get back to doing trivia night and maybe going on the road, taking this show on the road. We were at Stone Pony last time, but we've been talking to some other places. Maybe we'll take the show on the road to another local restaurant in town and maybe shoot from a place.
Yeah, we're gonna try to support all our local.
That's right.
Watering holes.
Anybody's around, you listen to us, and you want to hear us live, maybe we'll do a show where we have the speakers and up, and then you can hear us talk. And if you want to, or if you tell us, just shut up, I'm trying to eat, we can also turn it down so you don't have to listen to us. So anyway, I guess that's going to wrap us up for tonight.
Yeah.
So for Poolside Bets, I'm Franklin. That's Paul. And stay tuned to the Twitter, Poolside Bets. We'll try to put our bets out there. Like I said, you've got our opinion on the bowl games coming up for the weekend and then the next week. Do with that what you will. And good luck to everybody. And hey, this weekend, what are we going to do, Paul?
Gonna cash some tickets.
We're going to cash them tickets. We'll
drink
see.
some natties.
And drink some natties. Yeah, get your favorite drink. Did we teach them how to did you teach them how to make the
Belmont Jewel.
No, the opening, your day, to start your day.
Yeah, we did
the Omaha.
Yeah, we
yeah,
did.
that's right. We did the whole thing.
Now I need to do one about the Belmont Jewel.
Yeah, Paul absolutely dials up a great Belmont Jewel. So this weekend, this Saturday, before the bowl games get started, dial up your Omahas. Go back, look at us on the past videos. Paul shows you how to make a good opening day Omaha to get your day started like a national champion. So
Like a wiener.
that's right. Poolside Bets again. I'm Franklin. That's Paul, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.